Very pleased to be here to speak to you, all of you guys. My intent to cover today is a couple of topics that's been given and to address to you guys. One, largely focusing around the communication in the pharma industry, and how the pharma industry has kind of gone through in the last 8-10 months. I mean, the whole world is going through this pandemic, and there are challenges. But I think as kind of people who because we fall in the category which is essential services category, we had to kind of deal with the situation in a very different manner, not necessarily in a manner that it would kind of, or we would have anticipated, or we would have kind of thought about it as well. This is unprecedented, and we are all hopeful, like each one of you, that very soon we will have kind of a remedy or a kind of medicine that will kind of address this issue. So I'm going to dwell a little more on the communication part, which is be it internal or external, because the way it is, there is so much of information available to people. So much of information available for people to kind of consume, and information in the form of all palatable things that one can think of. It becomes more judicious for professionals, people like us, to ensure that the right information is going through our employees, and not only going through to employees, but also to their families. And when this kind of hit us in the mid of March, we as the communication group and as a management team decided that we will use communication as a platform, as a tool to kind of bring awareness. That's one part of it, because awareness would kind of help us to take necessary precautions, necessary steps that one should take to deal with this situation. Our management team decided to do this in a very humane manner. When we say human, it was kept in a purpose. It was with a purpose, because that's what the philosophy kind of resides out here. We all believe the philosophy that we all live by is kind of the care continues, and we want to ensure everything that we do, the care is kind of goes to people who need this at any given point of time, and they need not to be only our employees. It could be the families of employees, it could be the partners, suppliers, everyone around there. They should kind of have the right information, right access to information. So that's the first thing that we kind of decided, and we wanted to we in fact use this as well, is that ensuring that thing goes again and again to them in different forms. So maybe our employees would consume content or information in English, but people who work in our production units would consume that in other languages. So we ensure that the content that's going out to them is in other languages as well, be it Gujarati, be it Hindi, or other regional languages that can go. By Hindi, I didn't mean it's a regional language, but people who are in a particular section, who live in a particular place, they would consume content in through that language. So that was the key thing, that we give them proper, correct information, and we kind of use that tool to not only inform but also to motivate, to ensure that they can sail through that. So many initiatives were taken up by, I would say, uh, by the management that we decided that we should ensure that our employees are safe, their well-being is taken care of in all forms, which is be it physical, emotional, spiritual, and when I said emotional, spiritual, we felt that it's important to bring people to talk to our employees and talk to their family members. So some initiatives were taken which were about for their family members. So this that we're doing out here today is in a similar manner. It's because there is so much of influx of information. Everybody feel that he or she has become an expert on COVID communication or on this pandemic part. But we wanted to ensure that there's medical right information, correct information going out to people. So the emotional part was one which is where we wanted to address, because there was fear going around, there is uncertainty which is going around. So as a firm, we decided, as a company, as Cadila, as a group, that we're going to kind of take care of our employees at all levels. So whatever the government guidelines were given out in terms of that one should follow, we ensure that we follow that, and our employees follow that. So as now people have kind of created acronyms on that, which is called SMS, which is, they say, ensure that you have social safety and social distancing, which is there, and then you have mask, and then you have kind of sanitize your hand. If you do follow SMS, you have higher chances not to pick the virus. So these kind of smaller things, I'm just saying, that were kind of introduced by the team. The other important piece which kind of went very well was on engaging the families, which is our teams organized sessions like you guys are doing it, and you invited me here in a similar manner. We invited medical professionals, healthcare professionals, spiritual coaches, Zumba teachers, physical kind of activities to ensure that the kids are engaged and the families are engaged at all level. And these set of sessions that happened were addressing one or the other well-being of people that we were kind of addressed. The other part which is very important is that you get as all of us consume content on different platforms, which is we kind of watch it on internet, we watch it through our mails, we get it through TV, we get through radio, all that stuff comes in. One of the things which we felt also, the tool which all of us kind of consume a lot, was purely which is WhatsApp, and we wanted to use that platform in a very effective manner, because people, that content stays with you, and people can read, it says, and kind of work on it and read it, forward it at the point that they really want it to be. So these were the things that kind of the overarching principle that we were keeping in. The other part also was that this was, as people call it, the new normal, because this has not happened to us. We were not used to living in this manner. We were not supposed to have the masks all the time on our kind of face and ensuring social distancing. So we as a team kind of went with that piece, ensuring that the content in a very nice manner. Or we created standard operating process. I'm sure you have it. When the schools resume, all your kids, your students would be asked to follow, and it becomes a mammoth task because we have a workforce of over 9,000 people, and these are spread across the country. Ensuring how to maintain social distancing, which is a great thing, because for whatever reason we've not been used to that. Now that has become a normal thing because people now necessarily don't kind of stand in a queue. They don't sit in a restaurant or in a cafeteria across each other. There are only two people. And people kind of who were consuming food from outside. In fact, a lot of them have started carrying food from home, and also, kind of seeing that if they can not necessarily eat food which is from outside. So people kind of used it different things. The last part, which is the habit, I think that was the biggest thing, and I'm sure as a parent, as a teacher, and as a student, you would be thinking how that's going to be. So it is just a paradigm shift. I mean, it's just a given thing that we don't have a choice. We got to change. We have to do things. It's not going to be in the same manner the way it happened in the past. People will do things very differently. I know, staying home all the time, away from work, away from school, and away from friends, relatives, kind of brings a lot of, I would say, uncertainty, and as if like we miss a lot of things in our life. But probably this is the new normal, as people are calling. In fact, many of my friends who have, and we probably in Ahmedabad are far better than many other cities, because the relapse is happening out there and they're still not able to control. So I think the one part which I really want to urge, all of us here, being a parent as well. I'm also a parent of two grown-up kids that will have to bring this discipline at home. I know moms would have kind of brought that, but whenever schools reopen, and when the students will get an opportunity to go out, talk, meet other people as well, I think we should keep it, remind ourselves again and again. There's no kind of shortcut for that, and there's no two ways about it. We have to reinforce these things. I mean, as a parent, I want to share this because when this happened, so my daughter was studying in a different country, and we had to take a call, in a very short notice, that we want her to kind of fly back to India, and then there was a period of quarantine, and I can understand the anxiety of any parent, for the matter, that how they would be thinking, and that's the biggest thing that they have, and they really want to care about their kids, and then their well-being. So I think as a parent, if the kind of communication that you get from your friends, colleagues, there must be something that is very interesting that you can share and have a discussion with your kid, with your son, daughter, on a dinner table every day, and you can talk about that, saying a lot of things going to change, a lot of things have changed already, in fact, and precaution is the only way to deal with it till we get the vaccine, which we all kind of waiting eagerly. I'm sure it will come very soon. But I think that's about it. And I just want to wish you guys your well-being, emotional, physical, spiritual, and financial well-being as well. Please ensure that you kind of take care and don't miss out on the SMS part, which is social distancing, masks, and sanitization, and reiterate this with your students, with your ward, with your kids every day, again and again. It has to work like a hammer theory. It has to go and become our second habit, that the moment we step out, we have a mask. We step out, we have sanitize the hand. When we come back, we kind of wash. I'm sure many of your parents, who have resumed their work, they would be doing, while we were not. Just tell you that we've been working all these last 6-7 months relentlessly, because we fall in the categories which is essential services category, and we had to produce the medicines. And our office is a little away from the city, good 25 kilometers away from city, and we were kind of maintaining the social distancing. People were given enough communication instructions to be followed. So that's about from me, and I wish you loads of success, loads of happiness, and please follow the instruction that has come from the government. They're doing a tremendous job in kind of bringing new measures, and they have increased the tests. So please take care of yourself, of your students, and your family. I wish you loads of success. Thank you.